There we go. Good. I see almost all students have transition. Nice job. Would you mind passing out a fraction bin to each table?
Yeah.
Thank you. Good. Lincoln is grading really well. Maya is looking through all of them. Will, I can tell your eyes are on the board.
Where are the exit tickets?
Oh, not exit tickets, the fraction bins.
Oh.
So just one on each table.
Can I put one outside where I'm going to be? Oh,
Good. About 1 more minute to finish grading. Which one? 99 plus 8?
Yeah.
Because if you take the 8, it's 1 less than 8. I think what you saw was this pattern of 2, 3, 4. That's not. So that means you added instead of subtracted. No. So 99 plus 8 is the same as 100 plus 7. You take 1 away from the 8 and you add it to the 99. Good. Let's freeze our grading for a second. You're going to turn and talk to partner 1 and share the strategy that you use on this warm-up. Can everyone point to who their partner number 1 is? Nice job. I see almost everyone pointing. Emma and Will, can you make sure that you've got someone you're pointing at? I'll talk to you. All right. Share the strategy that you came up with. Go. That's okay. Go. Turn and talk. Tell someone what you did. Tell someone what you did. What'd you find? Yeah. Nice. I love that. All right. Peanut butter. Nice job, 3rd row. Everyone is perfectly ready. So, I noticed a lot of you guys found a pattern. Can I get 2 people to share out what they did to kind of solve this do now? Jacob, what'd you notice?
So, like the pattern, it's always 199. It's 2 more. But I noticed a pattern here.
Yeah.
Counts by 2.
Ooh, so you found patterns inside of the pattern. I love that thinking. Does anyone want to share one more thing they noticed before we move on to our target? Naomi, what'd you notice?
Oh my.
So I saw the number that I needed to add, and then I saw that it was 99, so I knew that I was going to be adding 1 less than I needed to.
That is such smart thinking. Yeah, 1 less. Jude, did you have something to add on?
Okay, so I have something to add on. I saw a pattern where this A, that 9 and this A is kind of connected. Because if you did this, okay, so you need to do 104, subtract 1. And it's the same with this, 108, subtract 2.
I love that pattern. Simone, I'm sure that you have an amazing pattern too. I'm going to move on to the target.
I actually noticed it was just like, ha, 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 ha. You just added the 1 and 10.
Ooh, so you're finding patterns inside of patterns too.
Yeah,
I
1,
love
2,
that
3,
thinking.
4, 5, 6.
Could I get a volunteer to read us our learning target for today? Maya, can you read it for us?
I need coaches to identify equivalent fractions
To identify equivalent fractions with different denominators. Everyone on your paper, please underline the 2 words or sets of words that you think are the most important in our target. come around and check for the underlines. Good.
How many?
2. So let's go with Colin. What do you think is one of the most important parts? Denominators. That's right. The denominators. And I want you to write a fraction underneath. It can be any fraction, but circle the denominator. That is how many parts make a whole. Good. Who
I'm
can,
not done with mine.
that's okay. Who can share the other thing they think is most important? Maya. Equivalent fractions. And I want underneath that, everyone please write same size. This is review, and I know that we've spent like more than a week on spring break, so I'm just trying to kind of like make sure that we can remember these words. So, what I'm gonna have you guys do is before I teach you how to do this with pictures, we're gonna kind of review what we did the last day that we were here all together before spring break. So, we're gonna compare equivalent fractions with different denominators. That means the bottom number, the amount of pieces that make the whole, are going to be different. So, you can turn to your notes or you can just look up here, but you're gonna have a little bit of partner work. And for this partner work, we're just gonna review what we did on Thursday. And so, this is where you're trying to find, thank you, as many equivalent fractions as you can. And this says here to draw as many equivalent fractions as you can to 1/2. So if you remember, we've got our 1/2s, which is, you need 2 of them to make a whole. Does anyone remember an equivalent fraction to 1/2? Naomi.
2/4.
Why?
Because they both 2/4 are smaller because they're smaller space, and 1/2 equals 2/4, which equals 9/3.
I'm going to stop you right there. I'll actually have you explore that. But notice that it says draw all the fractions that are equivalent to 1/2. So if you draw 1/2, I want you to also draw 2/4. And I want you to label what each one is. You're gonna find as many as you can that are equivalent to 1/2. Once you're done with that, I also want you to draw all the fractions that you find that are equivalent to 2/2. This is to kind of get our brains back up and going so that we can start doing it with pictures as well. You are allowed to talk during this time, but thumbs up means I'm only going to be talking about math. And thumbs down means, actually, can you move me to a place because I don't feel like I've got a lot of self-discipline.
Wait, with a partner?
Yep, you're going to be able to talk with your table. Good, so I'm just looking. There's 3 or 4 people that I might choose their own independent spots. All right, it looks like we've got all thumbs up. You going to be good? Yeah? All right, so you're going to find as many fractions as you can that are equivalent to 1/2 and as many that are equivalent to 2/2. Because I only want to do this for like 5 minutes, I'm just going to have you guys work at any table with fraction tiles, but choose a smart spot. If you're thinking, ooh, I really want to sit next to my friend, don't do that because you might get off task and I might just come and move you. But you're going to find as many fractions as you can that are the same as 1/2 and as many fractions as you can that are the same as 2/2 or 1/2. All right. Any questions before you go? Dominic, yes.
Can you choose a partner with anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys have your seat for now just because you're crushing it and I feel like I can trust you. Simone. Yes, you may, as long as you are getting the work done. Again, this is just us reactivating our brains. And Naomi.
Is sitting in a different spot optional?
Yes. I'm gonna also say, if the person that originally sits at a desk wants to be there, you have to move for them. So for example, I know this won't happen, but if Soren wants to be in his spot and Nika is already sitting there, Soren has the right to his assigned spot. Okay, so I would like everyone at a table and working in 10, 9, 7, this part, and then we'll go out. 5, 4. Ooh, I see half the classes there already. Nice job. 3, 2. Simone is already pulling out pieces. Everyone should have one for every one of them. 1.
Why is everyone trying to
Oh, didn't work. I got the best. And let's see who gets to choose their spots. Is everyone where they need to be?
You realize that? You're not very observant. The rest? Yes, you do. That was his fault.
It was your fault. You opened the ball. Yeah, no, I didn't do it. I didn't have to leave it open.
He did it. No, you don't. Where he made it open. Raise your hand if you don't think. Yeah, thank you. No, it's 2 and 2. Nobody wins. No, when you say it, he'll buy you. Okay. I wasn't looking. I'm just on Naomi's side.
Nice. Gabby's already found 3. Make sure you take it.
Naomi or go away? What?
You got it. Nice job.
You're doing 3.
Good. Let me get you.
You can't go for yourself.
Find fractions that are the same side on
I don't think we're friends. We just
that. Good. Just about 2 more minutes. When I come back, will you have at least 2 jumps? There's a couple more back.
I have 2 twos on it. Throw my pencil from the table. I don't like it. Dude, get rid of this. This is mine.
Go. Good. I'm looking for people that have their hand up and are looking at me. Go. Nice. I've got all except for 1 table. Good. Check. There's 2 things you have to do. Oh, I hear a voice. The first is you have to draw it. Everyone I've checked except for 2 people are doing this. The second is, Emmerich, are you watching? You have to write the fraction. You can't just draw 2/4. You have to write that as 2/4. Good. About 1 more.